What's going on, everybody? It's Adam here with another video. Just thought I'd give you an update on the van situation. Last time I left off with you, I let you know I was stranded. Not much has changed. I'm going to show you what's going on with my electrical up in the front. And yeah, fill you in on what's going on. So here we go. Okay, so we're just going to go in the front here. Here we go. I'm going to show you the state of affairs. So as you can see, I have the entire plastic is gone from the front. They took it off the mechanics. I got wires hanging out because we're waiting on a part. Now I'll show you the part we're waiting on. I'll show you what's going on here. So right there is where the multi-function switch or combination switch, the thing you flick to turn left or right, goes. And they took it out and they took the entire front off up here of the dash, just so, you know, they can get at the switch and all that stuff. And unfortunately, I can't signal right now. My wipers don't work. There's a lot of different things that happen with that combination switch, which is why it's called a combination switch. So that being said, several mechanics now have told me that this happens to Chevy Astro vans. Just for you out there who are wondering about Chevy Astros, this is one of the things that tends to happen to them. The combination switch gives out. Mine was melted. Like, the mechanic showed me he came out and showed it to me, and I took a picture of it, and the wires were just melted all over the place. And yeah, they just don't last. So my van, I think, is 17 years old now, and yeah, he said that sounds about right. It was very hard to get the part. I had to get it from Rock Auto. It's a website that does like aftermarket stuff. Now it's on order, but I've been stuck waiting for a while. First to diagnose the problem, now second to just wait for the part. Okay, so all that being said, I would still rather put up with the odd problem that comes up with an older vehicle than buy a brand new vehicle. There's a bunch of reasons why. Let's go on a walk and I'll explain why. Much better, just had to get out of the van there for a little bit. It's a bit of a muggy day today. It's nice to get out on a trail once in a while. Actually, usually daily I get out for a nice walk on a trail like this. It's actually a nice trail here. Nice young forest I'm in here, walking around. And there's no one around so far. Anyways, I've been having vehicle problems. I've been stranded for a little bit now, and this has happened once before where I've been stranded waiting on a part. And it always gets me thinking, like, maybe I should have bought a new vehicle. Maybe next time around I'll buy a new vehicle, this type of thing, right? And the answer is, actually, I'm pretty glad I haven't bought a new vehicle ever for a couple of reasons. And if anyone asks me the question, should I buy new or used vehicle, I'd always say used. That's my answer. For several reasons, okay? So for starters, obviously, new vehicles are too expensive. Way too expensive. These are things that we end up beating into the ground. The road beats them up. Other drivers could beat them up. We're completely dependent on the fact that every other driver going by us is with it, mentally and everything else, sober. Driving is risky, so like if you're going to be spending a lot of money on a vehicle, just know what you're getting into. Like, you're going to be on the road and lots of crazy things happen on the road. There's a lot of bad drivers and everything else. So it's too expensive. The second you drive it off the parking lot, it loses value in a brand new vehicle. And if you're going to get into the whole payments plan, the interest payments and all that, forget about it. No way. When you could just buy something. I mean, my van is 3 years old now and I paid $6,000 for it. Done and done. Like, that's a better deal to me than payment plan for years for something that's, you know, 40, 50, 60,000, even 20,000. Forget it. Not happening. So it's too expensive. Another reason I would never buy a new vehicle is because I don't buy into the whole flashy and new and shiny is better. The whole status symbol thing. The whole external validation thing. I see these people all the time. You've seen them with the shiny Porsches and the Mercedes and all this stuff. And they treat their vehicle as an extension of their own ego. They figure that if they have that certain type of vehicle, they're a better person, or they're above you, above everyone else who doesn't have that car. Well, all of that is BS to me, and probably to a lot of you as well. It doesn't mean anything. If you put two people beside each other, one has a crappy car, one has a really nice car, I'd be way more concerned about the character of the person driving it than the actual vehicle itself. I can appreciate a nice vehicle, but it doesn't really say much about somebody's character that's driving it. You know, that is always more important. So I don't buy into the whole shiny, flashy, new actually means I'm more important or better than anyone else. I just don't buy into that. And the money you spend for that is actually not worth it in the end as well, like I just said. Number 3, and this is actually probably the biggest one for me. I've learned so much. I've learned so much having so many things go wrong with my vehicles I've had. Like, I've had quite a few used vehicles. I've never bought a new vehicle before. I think I owned 3 vehicles before my van that I'm in right now. And man, I know so much about vehicles now. I know about U-joints, rear differentials, brakes, oil leaks, coolant systems, radiators, ACs that never work, you know, just general maintenance, how to do an oil change, how to check the oil and top it up, you know, when you're not having an oil change for another 1,000 miles or whatever. Keeping an eye on my coolant, all this stuff. I know how vehicles work now. I have a very good idea, way better than I did before, and way better than I would if I had a new vehicle. Because if you have a new vehicle, you let someone else deal with all your problems. And so you never really learn. So it's a bit of a painful lesson right now. You know, I'm kind of stuck. I'm only stuck for a couple more days though. It's not a big deal. Really, it isn't. It sounds worse than it is. Stranded is a horrifying concept and sounds really scary, but it's not that bad. So anyways, it's a small price to pay for the amount you learn. I never would have learned any of this stuff if I was just buying new vehicle after new vehicle, no problems ever, throw my money at some mechanic to deal with it. I'd rather learn it myself. And now I have a very good idea of what's going on in my van. And if there's a problem, I can usually diagnose it roughly and then tell the mechanic, and then they have a better idea what to look for. It's just better all the way around. So, all that being said, I'd never buy a new vehicle. I don't think I ever will. Unless I'm like crazy rich, then it would be nice at that point. After going through everything I've gone through over the last 8 years, and plus I'm gonna have more years of this for sure, it might be nice to have a break, get something new for a change, but anytime soon, no way. Absolutely not. I would never buy a new vehicle anytime soon, that's for sure. And I wouldn't recommend you do it either. That's just my 2 cents. You're gonna learn a lot more. You're gonna save a lot more in the long run. You're gonna have to pay for repairs, but you'll save a lot more up front, and you don't have to pay anybody interest. I mean, the pluses just are sky high, and the cons are, there's no comparison, there's no competition. So anyways, folks, thought I would just give you that little video, give you my 2 cents on it. I think I'm getting to a road up there. I'm gonna turn back around, get back to my van here. And yeah, I will catch you later. I'm doing, as you know, thank you for watching my Unsung Heroes series. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be doing a shoot in a couple days with somebody else up in Annapolis Royal, Nova Scotia. A champion of Acadian culture and Canadian culture all around in that area for many, many years. He's a real character, real awesome guy. So that's coming up probably next week. I'll be throwing that video up on my YouTube. So till then, have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you later.